Hello everyone. Here we are going to discuss about a new topic that is peripherally acting muscle relaxants, or you can say neuromuscular blocking agents. So in this case, you have to know about this, and here I'm going to share my screen. This. Okay. We are going to discuss about neuromuscular blocking agents and skeletal muscle relaxants. Here we will discuss about definition, classification, uses, side effects. So this is one of the small topic you may get for 3 marks, and there may be a questions like write a short note on neuromuscular blocker. You may get this. Here we have to mention these 4 things actually. Definition of neuromuscular blocker or skeletal muscle relaxant, classification, drug classification of neuromuscular blocker, side effects and uses. So that's all. Now we are going to discuss one by one. So this is the skeletal muscle relaxant. From here you have to know these things. Skeletal muscle relaxants are the drug that acts peripherally at neuromuscular junction or muscle fiber itself, or centrally in the cerebrospinal axis to reduce muscle tone. Main intention is to reduce muscle tone, and this skeletal muscle relaxant cause paralysis. And this skeletal muscle relaxants acts on muscle, and it can stop muscle movement. So after that, you can see here in next slide. This is the changing nature of neuromuscular blockade. There may be 2 types of neuromuscular blockade agent or blocking agent. There may be depolarizing. One is depolarizing blocker, another is competitive blocker. Depolarizing blocker, also known as competitive, it acts or it binds to the muscle and plate competitively, competitive blockade. And competitive blockers, this binds with the muscle and plate non-competitively. That means in this process, it causes desensitization, and these competitive blockers directly blocks channel. So next you can see this is the pharmacological classification of neuromuscular blocking agent. So this slide is very, very important. You have to know this. In exam, they may ask at the drug classification of neuromuscular blocking agent. It is for 2 marks. So you have to remember. Anyhow, you have to remember. So after that, this one is non-depolarizing. You know, There are two types of depolarizing blocker is there. One is competitive blockers, another is depolarizing blockers. In competitive blockers, there is three types of drug: long acting, short acting, and intermediate acting. Long acting is D-tubocurarine. Long acting is D-tubocurarine, pancuronium, doxacurium, piperinium. Intermediate acting, becuronium, atracurium, cisatracurium, and rapacuronium, and short acting mivacurium. And this class of drug you have to remember, as because in exam there may be MCQs like which of the following drug is the long acting depolarizing blockers. Non-depolarizing blockers you have to remember, or short acting depolarizing blockers, like that. And depolarizing blockers example is succinylcholine and decamethonium. So this drug classification is very, very important. Mainly you have to know about D-tubocurarium, curarine, D-tubocurarine. So pharmacology of D-tubocurarine you have to know. It is prototype drug. And again, you have to know about this one by one. The non-depolarizing blockers, how these depolarized competitive blockers acts, means mechanism of action. Mainly, these are the skeletal muscle relaxant, and these non-depolarizing blockers or depolarizing blockers, or you can say competitive and depolarizing blockers is binding to the muscle and plate and inhibit the activity. And you have to know the pharmacological actions of non-depolarizing blockers or competitive blockers in skeletal muscle. What will be the actions? Autonomic ganglia, histamine release. This thing you have to remember for MCQ. This D-tubocurarine release histamine from muscle. That means you can say D-tubocurarine is having the agonistic activity to the histamine. This is important. You have to remember this. And again, you have to know again in cardiovascular system. Here you can see D-tubocurarine produces significant fall in BP. And again, gastrointestinal tract, general central nervous system. These non-depolarizing blockers means peripherally acting muscle relaxant have no action on central nervous system because they cannot enter into blood-brain barrier, or they do not cross blood-brain barrier. Next, again, D-tubocurarine, see, and succinylcholine. Succinylcholine, here only one thing you have to remember. This succinylcholine is it induces rapid, complete, and predictable paralysis with spontaneous recovery in approximately 5 minutes. And then the main side effect you have to remember, that is hyperkalemia. In MCQs, there will be MCQ like what is the adverse effect, or what is the main side effects of succinylcholine, and this is hyperkalemia is the main side effects of succinylcholine. So after that, you have to know about pancuronium. Pancuronium, one thing you have to remember, this pancuronium is approximately 5 times more potent and longer acting than D-tubocurarine. This is important point. You have to remember this for MCQ question or 1 mark question. So pipecuronium is another drug. And next you can see you becuronium. Becuronium, you can see here only single points is there. It is the most commonly used muscle relaxant for routine surgery and intensive care units, ICU, you can see. So atracurium, another. It is 4 times less potent than pancuronium and shorter acting. This point you have to remember. Again, rocuronium. muscle relaxant with a rapid onset and intermediate duration of action, which can be used as alternative to succinylcholine for tracheal intubation without the disadvantage of depolarizing block and cardiovascular changes. So single one point you can remember. If it is for 3 marks question, only you have to mention the example of drugs and one point you can mention. But write briefly about D-tubocurarine. Mention about D-tubocurarine. Then other drugs you can write single points or 2 points maximum. So here some common uses is there for why these non-depolarizing blockers or skeletal muscle relaxants are used. 3-4 uses, common uses is there. First use is adjuvant to general anesthesia. These non-depolarizing blockers can be used as general anesthetics. Then assisted ventilation. Again, in case of trauma or electroconvulsive therapy, this non-depolarizing blocker can be used. And some common adverse effects are due to depolarizing blockers, due to non-depolarizing blockers actually. Overall, you can say overall adverse drug effects of neuromuscular blocking agents. Like first one is hypotension, then hyperkalemia, and then junctional rhythm, or you can say sinus bradycardia, or there may be chances of malignant hyperthermia. So these are the some common adverse effects of neuromuscular blocking agent, and that's all. And already I have said that this is for this will be this will one of the short type questions. They may ask for 2 marks or maybe maximum 3 marks. So based on that, you have to prepare. So thank you so much. And here I am going to stop this sharing. So again, thank you.